Hi, my name is Otto Asunta. I'm the experiment chief of ST40. Welcome to the ST40 control room. Come on in. So this is the room where we operate ST40, our high-field spherical tokamak. As you can see, we are operating today. So all the people in the front row here are running the machine, operating different parts of the system. In the middle, we have Joita, who's the session leader, coordinating all of the operations. Next to her, we have the physicist in charge and the pilot. Physicist in charge deciding what the next pulse will be, and the pilot then eventually firing the pulse, making sure that everybody's ready, all the systems are ready to go. Up there, we have a good view of the CCTV cameras. When we're operating, this is our view of the device. Okay, let's move on to the screens and look at one of the pulses from today. So what you see here is plasma current on the left, and then an equilibrium reconstruction and a video image of the plasma on the right. For plasma startup in ST40, we use these two in-vessel merging compression coils. So what we do is we ramp up the current in the merging compression coils, puff in a bit of gas, and then ramp down the current in the coils rapidly, which creates a toroidal loop voltage that breaks down the plasma in the gas in the vessel into two plasma rings, one around each one of the two coils. When the current in the coils keeps on ramping down, the plasma rings are no longer attached to the coils, but instead they see the attraction of each other and get pulled into the middle and merge into a normal spherical tokamak plasma, and then gets compressed by the coils into the center column, therefore merging compression. And then once the plasma is sitting there on the center column, we use the central solenoid to drive the plasma current to keep it constant or ramp it up depending what we want to do. And we also use these diverter coils at the top and the bottom of the machine to elongate the plasma. There you see the effect of the lithium powder falling, touching the plasma, getting ionized and radiating from at the top of the machine. Towards the end of the plasma, you see that it's touching the center column, and now you see the light from the center column where the plasma is interacting with the material surface, pulling some impurities from the walls and then radiating at the visible wavelength. Here now, during the hot part of the plasma, you don't actually see anything coming from the middle where it's too hot to radiate at the visible wavelengths. At the end of the pulse, we ramp down the current, bring the plasma to the center column, let it shrink away, and end in a so-called soft landing. An ST40 pulse lasts about 100 to 200 milliseconds, so that's 1/10 to 1/5 of a second. In between pulses, we have to wait for the coils to cool down, and this limits our operation to one pulse per every 15 minutes. If it's a hot day or if we're firing really high power pulses, maybe 20 minutes. But as a result, we get about 20 good pulses a day out of ST40 when we're operating. Each experimental day has its own objectives. So for example, on a day like today, we might be looking at the effect of lithium powder onto the plasma performance. On other days, we've been looking at confinement, how energy confinement in the plasma scales as a function of engineering variables like plasma current or toroidal magnetic field. We're also looking at the scrape-off layer, whatever is important for next step devices and increases our understanding of how the plasma behaves in a high-field spherical tokamak like ST40.